Hey guys, hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new here. On this channel, we try to cover all things reality, TV news, and gossip, trending topics, entertainment news. We're going to be talking about Teen Mom reality TV star Amber Portwood, her fiance, who has been missing. Reportedly, there has been sightings of him in Oklahoma, allegedly other places, but it seems that it's been confirmed that he was seen in a Verizon store in Oklahoma, which would kind of make sense because Amber told us that whenever he left, he did not take his cell phone. He was in an older model car, 2009, did not have a GPS system in it. So he was in a state that he was very unfamiliar with. I'm actually shocked that he made it to like Oklahoma before he stopped at a Verizon store to I'm going to assume, this is me going out on a limb here, assume that he stopped to get a phone. I don't know. But we're going to go over what's being reported right now. So I will tell you, I think Team Mom Fans, I think they're normally on top of everything. Team Mom Fans over on Instagram. If you don't follow them, follow them. They are quick with their information as far as Teen Mom related stuff. So news broke. It was either Monday or Tuesday that Amber Portwood had reported her fiance, Gary, missing. Gary 2.0. I think his last name is Waite. I was saying Watt, but it's Gary Waite. He has been missing for a few days now, but Amber and Gary were in North Carolina for Amber's brother's wedding. They were staying at like an Airbnb or a cabin of some sort or something like that. And the wedding was Saturday. Allegedly, at some point Saturday after the wedding, Amber and Gary got into an emotional discussion, disagreement, or whatever you want to call it. When we talked to her here on the channel, she said it was over the fact that like his parents are Vietnamese and she is who she is. And maybe her being a celebrity who gets a lot of backlash and maybe isn't looked at in the best light. Maybe that was a problem that his family had. It had just came out as well. The day before, news broke that they were engaged. So it would make sense. I will be honest, it would make sense to me if his family maybe weren't particularly fond of Amber, and then they find out that he's become engaged to her, them being even more upset about the situation and maybe them reaching out to him and voicing their concerns. Either way, Saturday evening, there was some sort of situation that occurred between Amber and Gary. She said he grabbed his wallet and his keys and he left. Now, that was the only, they traveled to North Carolina in that vehicle, in his vehicle. So when he left the cabin or the Airbnb or whatever you want to call it, he left Amber there without a vehicle, right? He did not get his phone, according to Amber. He did not get his phone. He left. Amber said, from her understanding, he was spotted in a Walgreens not that far away from the place they were staying, but it was unconfirmed because the police had not like pulled the footage to verify. Like they may have seen it, but they were not able to like completely verify that it was him, but it was believed to have been him, according to what Amber said. Either way, Amber's concerns were he didn't have a phone. His vehicle did not have a GPS system in it. So, like, he really wouldn't know where he was going or how to get back home or how to get there. When I asked her, do you guys think that maybe he went back home and maybe he's there? She said, yes. And that was our initial thought, is that he went back home. So that was checked if he went back home, and he had not went back home. Now, what made this seem more real, because a lot of us, I think at first was just thinking, oh, he just left. Like, you guys got into it. Maybe he saw the episode where you talked to Leah the way that you did, and he decided he didn't want to be a part of that, and he left. What made me really start to worry was whenever I found out his parents had not heard from him, his siblings had not heard from him, nobody had heard from him, and that was very unlike him. His parents, he's very close to his parents, my understanding. Like, he even helps take care of them. So the fact that they had not heard from him since Saturday as well is what made me think, okay, this is not good. Like, the potential of them getting into a disagreement and him leaving to cool down and then possibly being involved in some sort of vehicle accident is so great, because he did not know the area. And I have people commenting that live in that area saying the roads are bad, like the mountains are bad, like if you're not from here, good luck, So I really started like really getting worried that like something bad had happened. But now they're saying he has been spotted in Oklahoma, and he was also spotted allegedly. Caitlin from Team Mom, she said that he was spotted in New Mexico. I don't think that's confirmed yet. But according to what's being said, the Oklahoma spotting has been confirmed. So, Team Mom Fans over on Instagram says breaking news: Amber Portwood's fiance caught on camera in Oklahoma, over 900 miles away from last sighting. Did I write that right? I think my thumbnail says something completely absurd. No, that's what it said. Okay, I'm like, did I say 3,000 miles? Anyways, breaking news: Amber Portwood's fiance Gary Watt was spotted by camera on Tuesday, June 11th in Oklahoma. Sources revealed that Gary was caught on camera. Caitlin Lau claimed today that Gary was spotted in New Mexico, so it appears he is headed west. All right, let's go over the article from the Sun because it's being said that people think that he may not even be aware that he is missing, that he's been reported missing. But I'm like, do you not know your family well enough to know that they may report you missing if they haven't heard from you in a while? Okay, so he's bobbing around from state to state. Have his bank accounts been touched? He would run out of money eventually. And here's the thing I will tell you, like, check his bank records. That'll tell you where he is. That takes time. For the police to do that, they have to get a judge to sign off on a warrant to bring to the bank. Because an officer, I don't think, can go to a bank and say, "Hey, I'm Detective so and so, and I'm investigating a missing person, and we need his bank records to see if you guys have seen him." They're going to say, "We need a warrant." Sorry. So a judge has to be shown probable cause that they believe that he is missing, and this is necessary. So the judge would sign off on the warrant. The warrant would then be presented to the bank. The bank would have to pull the records to give it to law enforcement, and it's just a process. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I will say the Sun is not always correct. There's been times that the Sun has not been correct. But the Sun is not the only one reporting this. This is a confirmed sighting. This is just the first outlet that I pulled up. But this is a confirmed sighting. All right. Y'all check the parking lots. My baby daddy passed away in his car in Home Depot. Oh my goodness, keep KP. I'm so sorry. You can't rely on company security to pick up a sitting car. I mean, they mentioned your YouTube. Yes, I did see that. He got to have gas money for gas in his car. Yeah, and here's the thing: if he had not been spotted, um, the police would eventually know that he is alive and well and just bebopping from state to state once they got those bank records. Because I do know, like, they were in the process of doing these things. I have a lot to talk about because I have talked to Amber a little bit. There was something posted on a page that she got a lot of flack for, and she confirmed to me that it wasn't her. We'll go into that in a little bit. Also, Macy, yes, Macy is either there with Amber or is on her way to Amber. I do know that um, he is on his way to Amber, or she is on her way to Amber or is with Amber. Okay. Kate told us on TikTok his plates were spotted in New Mexico today in the morning. So, y'all, his plates were spotted in New Mexico. Okay. So, Kate is saying his car license plates were confirmed. Okay. Gotcha. So, the Oklahoma in a Verizon store, that is confirmed. This was 3 days after he was reported missing. Teen mom Amber Portwood's fiance Gary Watt seen in Oklahoma 3 days after going missing in North Carolina. Cops confirmed. So his parents live in Indianapolis or Indiana or some part of Indiana, possibly Indianapolis. I don't know. Not far from Amber. He's from the same area as Amber, or that's where they live. All right, Teen Mom star Amber Portwood's fiance Gary was spotted in a Verizon store in Oklahoma a day after being reported missing, according to the police. Was it a day or 3 days? 3 days. I think it's 3 days, actually, not the day after. Local police exclusively confirmed to the Sun that Amber's new fiance, who walked out of a cabin they were staying in the mountains of North Carolina after her brother's wedding, and turned up in an entirely different state away from their home in Indiana. Yeah, it's like, wait. I don't know why I keep wanting to say Gary Watt, but it's wait, apparently. Yeah. All right. So there's a picture of the two after the wedding. That's what she wore to the wedding. That's him. There they are there. The Teen Mom stars new man. Can we just call him Gary? Like, I know he's with her, but like, he is his own human too. The Teen Mom stars new man. How about missing person Gary Waite was spotted in Oklahoma on Tuesday? We know he is not in this area. We know he is driving his vehicle. We have confirmed that he is in a different state. The law enforcement source added. It's a more than 10-hour drive from North Carolina to Oklahoma. Amber and Gary were spending a long weekend in Bryson City, North Carolina, celebrating her brother Sean's wedding to his longtime girlfriend, Rachel Williams. So there they are, more pictures of them at the wedding. As they prepared to head back to their Indiana home, Amber and Gary got into an argument. According to the police, he left the cabin with his wallet and car keys and drove off and had not been seen or heard from since. A source close to the investigation expressed their relief that Gary was spotted and says it's unclear if he even knows he's a missing person at this time. But my thing is like, I want to be like, how do you not know? But I guess if you're in an older style car, you don't have a phone, you're not talking to anybody, then I guess maybe that's how you might not would know. I'm like, if I was to go missing right now, my phone line would be blown up. Like, people would be calling me 24/7 to be like, "Girl, you know you're missing? Like, girl, where are you at? Everybody's reporting you missing. There's YouTube videos. You're on E! News. You're on TMZ. You're missing. You're missing." But you don't have a phone, so obviously that's not going to happen. But I would assume people's messaging him on Facebook, Instagram, any media outlet that he has. So if he was in Verizon to get a cell phone and he logged into anything, I would feel like he would have to know at some point. And if he was in Verizon, I feel like he went there to maybe get a phone. I don't know. I'm just completely flabbergasted by this. He might not even know he's a missing person at this point since he hasn't had his phone and only took his wallet and the car. Lord dear Jesus. All right, so Macy, it's been said that Macy was going to go to be with Amber. Let me think of what else. Okay. Amber over on Facebook. Like, there's an Amber Portwood page and it's got the check mark, so people think that it's like her actual page, but it's a fan page. It says Amber Portwood official, but she confirmed to me this is a fan page. It says the official fan page of Amber Portwood because she posted this. Or somebody. All right, see this? 821,000 followers. It's got the check mark, the official fan page of Amber Portwood. Hey guys, Jamie here. I'm the admin creator of Amber Portwood Official. Just want to clarify, this is a fan page supported by Amber and her family. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so the fan page posted this 12 hours ago. He was my everything and I will love him. And a lot of people thought this was Amber posting this. And a lot of people was like, why are you using past tense terms? He was my everything. So a lot of people started saying, oh, like she must have done something because she said was. She didn't say he is my everything. She said he was my everything. And listen, that is a legit thing. People that, on a lot of people, when they talk about them, they refer to them in past tense because they know, their brain knows the person is no longer here. So a lot of people picked up on the use of a past tense term, but that was not Amber that posted that. It was not her. Whenever I saw that and I saw people commenting about it, I reached out to her and I was like, hey, like, did you post this? And she was like, no, that is a fan page. That's not me. And she told me, she said, I have not talked to anybody publicly outside of you. She said, I'm not making any posts. I'm not saying anything. Like, I've talked to you and that's basically it. They got engaged, I think, 2 weeks before this fiasco. I think that's what they said. Or I could be wrong. It wasn't long. Yes, they just recently got engaged. The cops did confirm they saw him in Oklahoma in a Verizon store. So I'm assuming they pulled security footage to validate that. But one thing that we don't know, it hasn't been confirmed about the Walgreens. So I am confused about that. I haven't went back and listened to if she was using past tense terms in her interview, but I'll check that out. You guys know I study body language, and a lot body language is also the way people say things as well. But I really didn't. But people will pick up on every little word. They do. But yeah, I've got some heat for saying I did not think Amber unalived him. I literally got some heat. Like somebody called me a an abuser apologist because she's abused past boyfriends, and I didn't want to acknowledge that. When I do, I acknowledge that. Just because I don't think she killed him doesn't mean I don't believe, I know what her past is. Hello, I've reported it. There's videos of me reporting her arrest, reporting the things that she's done, but I'm not going to sit here and say that I believe she killed him. You know what I'm saying? Either way, if he doesn't know he's missing, I don't know how he would not know if he has a phone and he's logged into any of his social medias, because I would assume he has been reached out to through his social media accounts by his family. I know when my cousin went missing, the first thing I did was I started trying to call his cell phone. I started messaging him on Facebook. I found some TikToks accounts of his that I didn't even know existed. I messaged the TikTok accounts. Like I was messaging every possible account that I could find of his to say, "Where are you at? Are you okay? We are worried. Please let us know that you're okay." Did I get the number from Verizon? That's probably what's in the works, if that's what he got. It's not confirmed that he got a phone from Verizon. It's just confirmed that he was spotted in Verizon. Did someone take his Facebook page down? I don't know. Wow, let's see. Mhm. I'm assuming he has one. Most people do. Not everybody. So, I mean, maybe it's possible he don't have one. I don't know. I guess that's possible. That would make more sense. Does he have any mental health issues that we know of? Okay, so I did ask Amber Portwood that question. I did ask her, does he have any mental health issues that will require him to take medication or anything like that? And she said yes, but I don't want to go into what. And I understood that, because a part of you is like, what if he's okay and he's found and he comes back and I don't blast at his medical conditions? I do get that. So this is them at the dance, just hours before, or not the dance. This is them at the wedding, just hours before they got into this heated discussion. Oh, sorry, guys. This is Amber's brother who got married, and right off to the right, you can see Amber. And then, well, Jackie or Jack, what I'm doing right now is talking about somebody who's been missing. Um, is that what you do all day? Is be concerned with other people's business and leave rude comments? Because I'd say what I do, at least, can be helpful at times. And regardless of if anybody's a mental health patient, nobody's attacking them for that, and nobody's saying anything about whether or not somebody asked me if a man that is somebody in the comment section, we're talking about a man that has been missing since Saturday. His fiance has not heard from him. His family's not heard from him. Okay. Somebody said, "Do we know if he has mental health issues?" And sometimes that matters. If you are, bipolar or anything like that, and you don't take your medication, it sometimes it can affect you greatly to where you just take off. So that was asked. I answered. I told them. Well, I asked Amber if he did, and she did not want to. She said yes, but she didn't want to go into exactly what, and I understood that. Nobody is let me tell you something. I have family members that suffer greatly from mental health. I would never have a go at somebody because of that, okay? So don't come here acting like somebody's picking on people with mental health issues, because that's not what we do here, okay? Yeah, people with mental health issues are still people. If they go missing, they still deserve to be looked for. Um, So there is Amber right there with, once again, you can see Gary's hand is kind of right over her, right there. So I mean, by all accounts, at the wedding, Amber looks to be kind of looking back. She looks like she's crying. And I do feel like Amber is the type, she probably cried at her brother's wedding. They're super close. She probably cried. So she kind of looks like she's kind of looking back. and Gary's standing right there beside her, hand on her. So it looks like they're very affectionate with each other, you know? It didn't seem, I don't know. By all accounts, it seemed like everything was okay earlier in the day. Whatever took place, I don't know. It's just very strange that he would just take off. It is super strange that he would take off and not contact anybody. But as of right now, a confirmed sighting of him in Oklahoma, miles away from North Carolina. Caitlin said he was seen in New Mexico, that his license plate, his car with matching plates was seen. Caitlin Lau from Team Mom is confirming that, but I don't know if police have yet. Also something else. So someone that lives close to where they were staying reached out to me. Okay. I want to read this right. Okay. Because, okay. So where they are staying, Amber and Gary, is a very secluded side of like a mountain. Um, and this lady was driving, taking her kids to church Sunday evening, and was coming out of her driveway and was about to pull out onto the road, when a truck come barreling past her, going what she says ridiculously fast. She says she remembers thinking in her head, "What the hell is the hurry?" Um, Now she realizes it was Amber Portwood's brother. And that's what she thinks. Because when everything popped off, she started looking into this, and Amber Portwood's brother has a picture of his truck on social media. So when she looked at Amber Portwood's brother's social media, she saw the truck and she was like, "Oh my goodness, that's the truck that," and he was headed towards the way of where Amber and Gary's cabin was. And this was Sunday. Um, so it seems, uh, she said, "I just want to note the truck was going towards the resort, not leaving when I saw it." Um, so this was Sunday around like 5 o'clock. And the truck was going towards the way of where Amber and them was staying, and it was going ridiculously fast. And she said, whenever she started looking into this, she saw what she thinks is the truck on Sean Portwood's social media. So I don't know. Uh, okay. Hamlet's Princess says, having been through a full blown mental health crisis last year that resulted in a hospital stay, I can 100% get why he would do something like this. It's so, that's the thing. When you struggle with mental health, are people that don't, people that don't, it's so hard for us to understand why somebody may behave a certain way. So I have family members that struggle with different mental health conditions, and it's very hard for me to understand why they may do what they do, but unfortunately that's what it is. So it's fully confirmed that Gary was, no, it's confirmed, Ainsley, the police are confirming that Gary was spotted in Oklahoma in a Verizon store. This is confirmed by the police. um Mandy says, I think he just ran away from her. If she's been abusive to him in any way, he doesn't owe her any explanation of any kind of contact. It happens with domestic abuse all the time. I mean, I would agree with that. If there was any sort of abuse or anything, uh, absolutely leave. He went missing Saturday. The lady saw who she believes to be Sean Portwood flying past her Sunday. Um, I do know that MTV wanted to film about this. They wanted Caitlin to talk about it on camera, and she refused. Um, I would just say him going so long without contacting his family, like, why not contact your family? I don't know. I don't know, because the family, his family, they're the ones saying, "No, this is weird." Like, he doesn't go this long without calling us. This doesn't make sense. Like, we are nervous because he would have called us by now. So that's what really made me feel like, okay, something's wrong here, because even his family is concerned. All right, let's see. Let me see if anything else has been posted. Seen in Oklahoma. Right, as of right now, yeah, he was seen in Oklahoma, confirmed. He knew she was contacting them. He needed space, and people need to respect his privacy and decisions. And if that's what it is, this is if that's what it is. I mean, I can respect that. And it's just so unfortunate that this all popped off for that reason. I would think he would have contacted his family. I don't know because if I'm leaving somebody, I can contact my mom and say, "Hey, if they contact you, tell them you ain't heard from me." Or better yet, tell them I'm gone, mind their damn business, and lose your number. Am I? I don't know. Um, yeah, maybe he's embarrassed, maybe he had a mental break. That's what I'm wondering. Some people get embarrassed when they get in a situation with their partner. His family didn't like her. He might not want to talk. That's a really good theory that I hadn't thought about. So if his family had just contacted him complaining about his relationship with Amber, saying we don't like her, blah 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 blah, and that caused him and her some sort of dispute, then yeah, that would explain more as to maybe why he didn't reach out to his family. Because reach out to his family and say, "Well, when you called me the other day and you were saying all that, then me and Amber got into it, and I just left." But then that would make them even more not like her. So that could make sense, that maybe he did not contact his family because he didn't even want to tell his family that him and Amber were not okay after finding out that they did not want them to be together. Another reason why Macy probably went to go film with Amber is because Macy has a podcast where she talks about missing people in her state of Tennessee. So Macy's investing in finding people who are missing. I mean, that could be. I know Amber was, she said she was there alone. So I know whenever everything happened with Amber and Andrew, they all flew in to be there for Amber. She implied it was due to her and him being in different backgrounds, not necessarily that they didn't like her. Yeah, she said them being Vietnamese and her being who she was. I took that as her being a celebrity who was not a well-liked celebrity, who got a lot of backlash. I took that as like, oh, they probably don't like that, and they probably don't want him with her. But I could be, misreading reading into that incorrectly. No, it was not released what he did in the Verizon store, just that he was spotted there. It would help to know what their discussion was really about. Strange, he just took off. Even his family didn't approve. I will say that Team Momcast is more like a sisterhood. That is true. Uh, Look, I don't even want to be locked in a cabin with Amber on a good day. After seeing the episode last week, I probably need a moment to. Understandable. They may not be okay with her being a teen mom or previously. Can you imagine how his parents were upset? Asian culture, women are very traditional and submissive. Amber is polar opposite. That is true. This is live. Yes, this is live. Welcome. He's running from Amber. Where is his family? They are in Indiana. I think he's lying. People assume it could be her because she's a walking red flag. Oh, you think she's lying? Gotcha. I don't think they liked the scene when she left with the female. Maybe not. Next time he will be spotted in Vegas, then the airport. Isn't she also a felon? I know she's been arrested. Um, she said the argument was an emotional one regarding his family and how they feel about her, them being Vietnamese and her being who she was. Um, I wonder if he had even taken his meds regularly. I don't know. But I will say I've had a little bit of correspondence with Amber since, and she has still been really concerned um, about the situation. She still seemed very upset, telling me just please pray, and I assured her that I would, and I have. Does the family know he's dating Amber? Yes, there was some sort of situation over it. I feel bad for Amber. She had a hard childhood that would mess up anyone. That one popped off. Another emotional conversation that ends with a missing person. I will say though, if it's confirmed by the police, he was spotted in Oklahoma, so that at least at minimum tells us Amber didn't kill him like people were claiming. He's been confirmed, sighting confirmed in Oklahoma in a Verizon store. So at this point, just send positive thoughts to everyone involved. Gary, that he will find out soon enough that he's missing and reach out to the police and say, hey, sorry, just caught wind that I was missing. I'm okay. This is where I'm at. And they can confirm to the public and to his family and to Amber that he's okay. I do talk fast. There is an option to change the speed, and rather than me trying to talk slower, because I never do it, I'll try it and I'll talk slower for a minute and then I go right back to talking fast because I just talk fast. There is an option on the settings to slow the speed down of the video, so you can do that. No ways in Oklahoma. It's confirmed by the police. The police confirmed it. How did we expect Amber to get home? Uber? We do talk fast. And I've always talked fast. I don't know. Do they know if he has any ties to Oklahoma? I don't know that he does. Okay, look, my cousin's in chat says her whole family talks fast. This is true. This is true. We all talk fast. So sorry. Um, this shows we shouldn't rush to conclusions and assume that Amber killed him. I will say, police confirmed he was in Oklahoma. Yes, police confirmed. This is confirmed by the police in Oklahoma in a Verizon store. He was spotted. He's not there anymore. He was spotted. Police were contacted. They, I guess, looked at the video footage, confirmed. Courtney says, it's so funny. People say you talk fast. Whenever I miss a live, I always put you on 2 times a wow. Dang. I'm surprised you can understand it. I'm so happy he's okay. I was really worried. Whether you like Amber or not, it's not a situation anyone wants to be in. Exactly. Do you drive through Oklahoma to get back? No, he's not headed back to Indiana. He was also allegedly spotted, or his car and his license plate was spotted. Where did they say? New Mexico. So it appears he's headed west. Um, Eventually the truth will come out. It always does. And here's what I say. Okay. So at the end of the day, I thought, because Amber told the cops that they got into a heated argument or an argument. So she was probably being honest with the cops. She was probably like, we did get into an argument. He left to go like clear his head. But then when news broke, she was probably like, oh my God, this is going to make it look so bad. Me saying we got into an argument. So she probably just kind of scaled it back a little bit to say, you know what, it was just an emotional discussion, because Amber probably knew how people were going to take this. So she probably did just kind of scale it back a little bit. I mean, Amber's arguments can usually get up there. So maybe it wasn't that bad. Like maybe it was just an emotional discussion that maybe got a little heated. So I really do think she told them the truth, heated argument, whatever. But when news broke, I think she was like, oh my God, people's going to think I did something. People's going to say I did something. So you know what? Let me just scale it back a little bit and, tell them it was more of an emotional discussion and not like this huge argument. She also knows how the media works. Police say argument, it's an explosive argument. The next thing is, she was beating on him. The media just, they really exaggerate things if they can. And usually they do, right? So I think when she got on the live stream, she was like, no, 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 like it wasn't this huge fight. It was just an emotional discussion. Do I think maybe it could have been a little bit more than that? Possibly. But I think Amber was scared because she knew people were already blaming her. And a lot of people have commented on the video saying, why is Amber so concerned with defending herself? Well, that's because so many people have accused her. Because that's because her fiance is missing. She says she loves him very much, and he's missing. And what 99% of the comments are is, I bet she did something. Carol Baskins, like it's that. It's not like, "Oh my god, this man is missing, let me share the post." It's other comments about her doing something or so I really think she got on and she was her initial reaction was to defend herself was because of that, was because she saw so many comments of people saying that she did something, right? Um, uh, I can tell you if this is all for show and they got the police involved, they could get in a lot of trouble for this. If this man did this for a publicity stunt for Teen Mom, they can go to jail for this. So that would be really stupid. And I would listen, I don't think that production or the network are I don't think they're the smartest bunch over there, but I think they do have enough understanding that you can't fake a missing person for a storyline. You know what I'm saying? Like you could legit go to jail because the police investigated. How do you prove it? The police investigated. Phone records. They have Gary's phone. Bank records. I mean, if there's any discussion through text of them planning this out, they'll find it. The police are investigating this. His social medias, they're going to be looking like, yeah, I don't believe this is for a show because Amber also said she's not filming this. Amber and Caitlin both said like they were not using this for the show. So I don't think so. Uh, So I don't think they're doing this for the show. That'd be she'd be like the next Carly Russell. Hello, in jail. Exactly. Um, I'm really happy that he's been seen alive. I really feel bad that he could have been in an accident. And that's what I thought happened. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I thought he left upset to clear his head and was involved in some sort of accident and his car was off the road to where he couldn't be found. He's been missing 5 days, right? Is it 5 days? I think it's 5 days. The person that spotted him should have been like, "Hey, dude, do you know you're missing? Let me show you." "This you? Yeah, you're missing. Call somebody." Uh, yeah. Uh, so that's what's happening right now. You guys will continue to follow this. Macy is either on her way or she's already with Amber. Amber's in North Carolina, so she does have her brother there as well, which her brother literally just got married and all this happens. That's true, Melinda. That's true. How did they track him in Oklahoma? So he was spotted in a Verizon. Oh, thank you, Tanya. I wonder when it comes back on over there. Is he an addict? Just wondering because him. I don't know. Not to my knowledge. Let me double check, make sure there's nothing else that's posted since we've been live. All right. All right, you guys. So that's where we're at. If anything does pop off today, I have some other stuff. I'm going to be doing my Gypsy Rose Life After Lockup recap of this past week's episode. So we'll go over that shortly. It'll probably be like 2 hours before I do the recap. So if you are watching Gypsy Rose Blanchard Life After Lockup, every week after the episode airs, we do recaps. We talk about the episode. We share our thoughts, what we think about it. And, do we think what's going on, whatever. But we will continue to watch this topic very closely, extremely closely. I do feel bad that his family has went through this. But this is the best case scenario. It's just that he just walked off and he's not dead. You know what I'm saying? Because unfortunately, for my situation, when my cousin went missing, he was not found alive. So, was he getting a new phone at Verizon? That has not been said yet. I imagine the police are trying to figure that out. And if so, they'll get the number and they will probably put in a phone call to him. So we'll see. Anyways, you guys, leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you guys so much for hopping on. If you're not subscribed yet, please do me a huge favor. hit that subscribe button. On this channel, we follow as many reality TV shows as possible. Mama June is coming back on tomorrow night. We do Mama June Family Crisis recaps. We talk about all things Mama June, and I'll let her have it because I don't agree with her. We are also covering Tiffany Rose Blanchard pretty closely. Each episode of their reality TV show that airs, Life After Lockup, we do the recaps, talk about it. So if you're not subscribed to this channel, please do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button, join us here throughout all of our live streams so you can get the updated information and you can be a part of these conversations with us. You can also follow me on my other social media platforms. I have many, so check me out over there, and I will be back in about 2 hours. Bye, guys.